started off on Thursday Night Football from First Energy Stadium as the Cleveland Browns at 3-3 will host Teddy Bridgewater and those Denver Broncos. Phil, word comes in on Tuesday that Baker Mayfield expects to be the quarterback of this football game. He said something along the lines of, it's his body, he knows how it feels, it's his decision whether he plays or not, and that's just how it is. Boy, that's a strong stance to take as we record this pod here on Tuesday before Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, it's gonna be the hardest thing he ever said, or gonna be the dumbest thing he ever said. So we gonna see. But yeah, I mean, all I can see is my little short stint in Denver is Vaughn and Chubb. That's just gonna be motivation for them. You know what I mean? It's going and that offensive line in Cleveland, they're gonna have a tough task trying to keep those guys off of Baker and keep him protected. Everybody knows he's hurt, obviously, but now people gonna be trying to go after him now. And the other team, I wouldn't be surprised if they take one, roughing the pass or something like that, just because.
Oh, man, mark me down as nervous about this game now, especially because Baker's back to talking. And like you said, it's going to be either the coolest thing that he's ever said or the dumbest. And, that's kind of the hill that he's going to have to die on now. It's the words are out of his mouth and into, I'm sure, print at the Cleveland Plain Dealer. So the Browns will be 5.5-point favorites in this game at home regardless. That's a big favorite against the Denver Broncos. Despite going into this one, you're likely without Nick Chubb. You're certainly without Kareem Hunt. Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry are question marks. The offensive line is a whole nother thing. And that's a point that you just brought up there with Bradley Chubb, with Von Miller, and some of those pass rushers that they've got in Denver. You got Blake Hance, who will be possibly starting this game, is a guard at left tackle. And then you have James Hudson III, who, James, I'm praying for you this week, my friend, because you're a rookie at right tackle and got cooked all week last week by the Arizona Cardinals. So I am extremely nervous for this game. I don't think I'd be any less nervous if it was Case Keenum at quarterback, just because I don't think there's that drastic of a fall off. I think this is a team that predicates on running the football, and they need to get now Dearness Johnson and Demetric Felton involved. But this is going to be an uphill battle for our Cleveland Browns on Thursday, and we're going to be there in person to take it all in.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. But this game is definitely going to be a who wanted more game. You know what I mean? Cleveland is just riddled with injuries this week. And, yeah, I mean, and if Baker can go out there and play and find a way to win with all these missing pieces, oh, yeah, it's definitely something that's going to be a positive sticker on his resume.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a Baker Mayfield that's trying to get his check. That's all I have to say at this point, where he's banged up. Obviously, the MRI results weren't golden, or else he wouldn't have gone for a second opinion. He's going to play regardless. Allegedly, he's saying that it is his decision, so he's going in there. Boy, I hope he's right, Phil. I really do. Because if he's not, and if he somehow gets even more hurt, we could be looking at a 49ers type situation from a couple years back, where you were really good and then you lose a bunch of guys and there you sit with the 3rd overall pick. And I don't even want to have those thoughts in week 6, but man, Baker's got to be right in this football game, and Kevin Stefanski's got to, what do you think? Are we going for it on 4th down on Thursday, or are we taking the points? There's a lot of people that are angry with Stefanski. I don't know if you've seen any of this, that he's very aggressive, man. On 4th down, he thinks to go for it. The math shows him to go for it.
Go hard or go home.
And he's not taking any field goals. Are you going hard, or are you taking the field goals?
What they got to lose?
Especially in this game.
Trying to win. They ain't got nothing to lose. Win.
It gives me shades of the Jets game last year, where we threw Baker out there with a COVID-riddled receiver core, and we had Jamarcus Bradley, who was running routes in the parking garage trying to get Baker's timing down before the game because everybody had COVID or were close contacts or whatever that mess was. it's eerily a familiar situation for the Browns here in week 6. So Browns favored by 5.5. That feels like a lot. I'm picking the Browns here. I'm nervous in doing it. I was nervous in doing it last week. I really didn't want to, but even without their guys, I think the Browns are just a better football team than Denver, and you have got to win this game. Your season depends on this game. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. If you lose this game, I've been a fan of this team my whole life. I've covered it professionally for a couple of years. You lose this game, the downward spiral begins. I'm all too
I wouldn't
familiar
say
with
that necessarily, but it is a must win for them, and against an opponent that, with the healthy Browns team, should be an easy win. I'm gonna pick the Browns and I'm gonna take the points as well.
Wow.
But if Teddy comes out there and goes lights out with Cortland Sutton and Hamler and those guys, and get Melvin Gordon running, it's gonna be tough. So the win condition for the Browns this week is that defense being tough and keeping Teddy and those guys to minimal yards, and Baker just going out there and playing mistake-free football, and that's the thing, and not trying to do too much. Just let the game come to him, and I'm gonna take the Browns.
What do you make of this defense, Phil, as we move past this game? It's going to be a big test for them against Teddy, some of the speedy options that they have in Denver. A lot of people questioning Joe Woods. I'm definitely starting to question Joe Woods and the scheme. I don't believe that guys like Denzel Ward, John Johnson III, Troy Hill, these guys don't all magically suck at football now. And they've given up.
Joe Woods know Denver, though. So
yeah,
he knows those guys, their weaknesses. So, of course, he's going to, know what defenses and stuff that he can throw at them, what their, weakness is. So, it'll be an interesting game, him going against his former team.
Definitely. Let's move on past that one. We both got the Cleveland Browns. I'm very nervous about it. We'll be there Thursday Night Football in prime time from First Energy Stadium.